The center of generosity is Him, and that is Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Now in the hadith of the Prophet clarifies some of the generosity of Allah. Now listen careful. He says, شَهْرٌ دُعِيتُمْ فِيهِ إِلَى ضِيَافَةِ اللَّهِ. That's like somebody behind the curtain is asking, okay, Allah is inviting us to be His guest, so what? What are we going to get? Right? It's like somebody is asking, behind the curtain. Now the Prophet is answering. شَهْرٌ دُعِيتُمْ إِلَى ضِيَافَةِ اللَّهِ. Now what is the benefit? He says, Allahu Akbar. نَوْمُكُمْ فِيهِ إِبَادَةً. Let me clarify this. Most of us, alhamdulillah, we're working here, right? Have you ever seen a generous man or woman who tells you, I'm going to hire you to come and work for me, right? But all I want you to do, it doesn't matter, you can work. Even if you sleep, at the end of the day you get your check. Have you seen that generous person to that extent? I think you come to office, just sleep, at the end of the day, inshallah, this is your check for sleeping. Have you seen that? Now Allah said, I am such generous that even while you're sleeping, we are counting your hours. By the time you wake up, there is a check for you. نَوْمُكُمْ فِيهِ إِبَادَةً. While you are sleeping, snoring, seeing some nice dreams, there are two angels there waiting. What are they doing? They're writing the good deeds. MashaAllah, MashaAllah, good deeds for you. At the end, you wake up and there is your check. MashaAllah. For what? Did I work? No, for sleeping. Allahu Akbar. Where can you see that generosity in the world? Just look around. All the generous people that you can see. Think about anyone who can invite you to their house and tell you sleep, and at the end of the day, shall I get a check? Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala does. It doesn't stop there. It said, وَأَنفَاسُكُمْ فِيهِ تَسْبِيحٌ. Allahu Akbar. Anfas, your breathing. So you have two types of breathing, right? One is in, one is out. You breathe in and out. If you breathe in, tasbih. You breathe out, tasbih. Allahu Akbar. See? This is not even amazing. See, now the sleeping that the Prophet mentioned, see, sometimes you can decide not to sleep during the day, right? Good. But can you decide to say not to breathe in? No. Well, you like it or not, you have to breathe. This breathing in and out, Rasulullah say is counted as tasbih. Allahu Akbar. It's 1 month that you become an angel. What does it mean? You know the angels, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in the Quran, He describes some of what they do. Some of them, they always do what? They constantly, all the time, they zikrullah, tasbih, they remember Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Some of them in the form of standing, some of them standing, some of them in ruku, some of them in sujood. Constantly they are doing tasbih. And Quran says, وَلَا يَسْأَمُونَ. And they don't get tired or bored. That's what they do. And they enjoy doing it. One time in your life, in the month of Ramadan, you join the group of the angels where you become like them. When you breathe in and out, you are like an angel fi dhikrillah subhanahu wa ta'ala. That is some of the generosity that the Prophet is mentioning that time. But then at the end of the hadith, the Prophet says, فَدْعُ اللَّهِ. In that month, remember to make dua. What dua? He said, بِقُلُوبٍ بِنِيَاتٍ صَادِقَةٍ. Let your intention, your niyyah becomes what? The trustworthy. Nice one. Because in the month of Ramadan, one of the most important things, brothers and sisters, is your niyyah. And from here I want to enter, because we're not in the beginning of Ramadan. And we need to make sure that our niyyah is pure and clean while we get it into this month. Because Imam Ali alayhi salam, he comes to describe different type of people when it comes to the intention, not the fasting, no, just intention of fasting. And then he categorized them. And I want you and I to listen this carefully. Before we leave, just look at yourself. Just evaluate yourself, and let me evaluate myself and see which category do I belong to. Imam Ali alayhi salam, he categorized people. Number one, it is sinful. There are a group of people, when Ramadan comes, for sinful, صاموا شهر رمضان خوفا من العار. A group of people, when Ramadan comes, they also fast. But why did he fast? Now listen, Imam Ali said, their intention is what? خوفا من العار. They are scared people will belittle them. People will disrespect them because they don't fast. Because everybody's fasting. Maybe you have a big family, there's a wife, there's brothers and sisters, everybody's fasting. If I don't fast, they're going to look at me like somebody strange. And I don't want that to happen, so I will go ahead and fast with them. You can find some of us, that is fine. We fast because we don't want others to talk bad about us. But it has to do with Allah? No. It has to do with the Prophet? No. It has to do with what? I don't want anybody to point finger at me. So I want to fast because of this reason. That is group A. Group B. وَصِنْفٌ صَامُوا لِأَنَّ الصِّيَامَ عَادَةٌ. Some of us, it's like an aada, it's a custom. So I was born in Ghana. And since I was little, my mom and dad, they told me, oh, this Ramadan is coming, so we have to fast, we have to. So it becomes like a custom. We know that every month of Ramadan, we have to fast. Why do we fast? I don't know. But I know that we have to. What is the aim? What is the reason? Who asked you? What is the benefit? No, it doesn't matter. We just do that. It's our custom. We have to do it. That is group number 2. Group number 3. وَصِنْفٌ صَامُوا. The group number 3, they also fast. Why did they fast? He says, يَصُومُونَ طَلَبًا, because they are seeking. What did they seek? طَلَبًا الْأَجْرِ. You want tawab. Meaning, they are fasting the month of Ramadan because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to give them the Jannah, there is this, Hur al-Ayn, there is that. So when they hear this, they say, yeah, that's fast. Why? Because there are a lot of good deeds is waiting for you and I. And then Imam Ali made a comment here. And then he said, فَتِلْكَ عِبَادَةُ التُّجَّارِ. That type of fasting in the month of Ramadan, they say the example of this is like what? Tujjar, the businessman. See, in business, when you go to the store, you buy something, you sell, you're looking for profit. Those people, because of ajr, because of reward that Allah is giving, that's why they're fasting. If Allah says, "Ya ayyuhan nas, today no reward. If you want to fast, if you don't want, no big deal." And see if they're going to fast or not. Of course not. So the aim of their fasting is for the ajr, which is not bad. That is one of the low levels. And then he says, وَسِنْفٌ. And the other group, صَامُوا, they fast, خَوْفًا مِنَ الْعِقَابِ. They are scared of punishment. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has said, if you don't fast, there are consequences of it. And one of them is what? You will be punished. There is hellfire. There is this. So because they don't want to be punished, what do? They have to fast. Because they don't want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to punish them. خوفا من العقاب. They are scared of punishment. Now between you and Allah, if you and I evaluate ourselves, we see one way or another, we belong to one of this group. One way or another. Either directly or indirectly, we belong to one of these categories. And then you say, well, another group was sinful, some. There's another group which is amazing, which should be the